We're going to get more on this matter from Abuja this time. Wakwe.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Yeah, we just saw there the governor of Taraba State, Darius Ishaku, who was in his Salah message also making an appeal to warring factions to sheath their sword and let peace reign. Well, we'll find out what exactly is what has caused this latest outbreak of violence between these two prominent ethnic groups in the country, especially in that particular part of the country. As we understand, it is something that happens almost every 10 or every 20 years, and has happened since the 1950s, from what we understand. But it has its roots in pre-colonial times, or in colonial times. We have with us this morning Mr. Mike Muswan, who is the president of the TIV Youth Council. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you.
And we also have with us Eric Johanna, who is a Jukun youth leader. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you for having me.
So you're both young people, relatively young people. You have, it would seem, inherited this crisis. So let's start with you. What have you been told is the root cause of the crisis, or what has caused this particular one?
The major problem we have been facing in Benue, and between Benue and Taraba State, is the issue of land. Now, the Taraba people must be able to acknowledge that yes, the Tea people, the indigenous of Taraba State, are not settlers. For a long time, Taraba people see Jukun people see Tea people as settlers in Taraba State. So that is the major cause. That is the major cause of that crisis. And if you look at it, that disturb of our growth, that disturb of our population, the attack comes after 10 years. This every after 10 years are 10 years of census, where they know that, yeah, the Tea people are coming to dominate the state. So that their fear is the Tea people should not take over Taraba State. We are not going to, you are not be using arms. We have childbirth. The people we have people there. The population is growing every now and then. So the only thing they can do is to, after 10 years, to strike against the killing of the innocent people, pregnant women.
Are you planning to take over Taraba State?
What do we plan to take over? People take over population. If population, if the highest, the majority of we have the highest majority of the state, certainly.
Well, I mean, people have said that the crisis is over this dichotomy. Settler indigene status, that they migrated, I mean, to Taraba State, and but they have been there now for a very long time, and by now people are saying we should be scrapping this so-called settler indigene dichotomy. People have lived in a certain area for a long time. They're legitimate citizens of that place, aren't they?
There are three factors in play here. One, there is competition for land, just like he mentioned. Secondly, there is competition for economic resources. Then thirdly, there is competition for political power. So you can't take these three items from what is happening there. The issue of settlers and what have you, yeah, the Jukun were there before the thieves. The thieves came and met us there. And we've stayed there for decades. We've intermarried among ourselves. The governor, for example, his wife is a thief woman. That's to show you the extent to which we've mingled with each other. But the level that the crisis is going is taking totally a different dimension, more of political than land that he's mentioning.
What is your reading then? Tell us what you're saying.
They are clamoring for a chiefdom in Wukari, which is not possible. They are demanding for things that are not possible. And this demand didn't just emanate lately. They've always been coming up with it.
Why do you say a chiefdom is not possible?
You can't give a chiefdom where there is no documented evidence to show the existence of such chiefdom earlier on. Lately, the governor created some chiefdoms. The evidence are there that they've been on ground. So you can't build on nothing. You can't build on nothing.
So it doesn't matter if people are able to organize themselves and have been somewhere for a long time, maybe say as long as 60, 70 years. If they decide, if they want a traditional ruler, they cannot have one?
You see, we respect the traditional institution of the chief. They have one leader, and that leader is a true chief. He can confirm that too. We respect that. And now creating another chiefdom, that chief will report to who? The true chief or the Aku? Who will he report to? In their usual lifestyle, they will claim to report to the true chief, and they will have more crisis than what we have at hand.
How do you respond to that? Because there's some people who say that that's very true. If you already have a leader who is a first-class chief by every reckoning, is a first-class traditional ruler by every reckoning, why do you need another traditional institution again? Is it because you are now separated by borders and you are in Taraba? You don't recognize the Tortiv?
But if I may ask you, if giving the kingdom can resolve the issue, why can't we? Is it too big? We have Jukun. I'm coming.
No. There are two issues. I mean, there's some people who say this is the issue of blackmail. What you're essentially trying to do is blackmail them into giving you a chiefdom. He has raised an issue now. He's talked about the existence of the Tortiv. You don't recognize him as a traditional ruler?
Why don't we? Is the Tortiv? Is our king? Is our leader? We are responsible and we are answerable to him. But the question I ask you,
so what do you need another chiefdom for?
See, let me tell you, on the issue of chiefdom, I'm not discussing about that. I'm a youth. The traditional rulers are there to discuss it. But the issue is, we have Jukun in Benue State. Have you heard one or single attack that the people attacked Jukun in Benue State? Have you heard about it? Just one.
Have the Jukuns asked for a chiefdom?
Wait, have you heard about one?
I'm asking.
Now, if somebody is asking for something, the best thing to do is just to kill him, if it's true. If I'm asking you for something, the best thing to do is it to mobilize to kill me, or to look at the people who are resolving the matter? Let me tell you, there's a systematic plan of killing the entire people in Taraba State. It's on record.
Is that a reality? I mean,
it's a reality.
Hold on, let me land. He's talked about intermarriage. You people have lived together for so long. You know, he even pointed to the governor of the state, Darius Ishaku, who is married to a Tiv woman. From what we understand, that she herself has also tried to, you know, in connection with her husband, tried to mediate in this crisis by also calling people from the Tiv side of the divide to come and participate in discussions that is happening. So if people have intermarried, how can there now be an agenda to wipe out another ethnic group?
Now, let me tell you, the wife of the governor has no power at all.
Of course, she's not the one you elected. The wife of the governor has no power at all. The governor of Taraba State himself has limited power. His godfather is still Danjuma. Are you not aware? Are you saying the man is not aware of what is happening? In 2001, the entire community in Tivland were killed. Pregnant women, small children were killed. What is the? Have you heard of Tiwa Danma issued a single statement about it? Was it not that Tiwa Danma that mobilized people here to UK Parliament against the killing? Why is he not talking now? Or is normal for Jukun to kill people and he will keep quiet? So you can have your accusations against and ask questions as to why General T.Y. Danjuma isn't speaking. But you did not elect General T.Y. Danjuma. The person you elected is the governor of the state, and he has been speaking on the crisis. So let us face it from that particular area. Now, when you come up with an allegation and say that there is an agenda to wipe out all Tiv people in Taraba State, can you really substantiate that kind of allegation?
Now, in 2001, you called for a peace meeting. People that were there, the traditional rulers, the innocent women, the children were there. And the next thing you did was to open fire on them. What does that sound to you?
I didn't get you. What did you say?
Now, you call for a peace meeting. You invited people. Pregnant women were there.
No,
children were there.
Who invited people?
The army. In 2001.
The army is not the governor of the state.
Listen.
I'm talking about the current governor of the state. That's the person I'm talking about.
The governor of Taraba State, he's solely behind this, and I will tell you. The governor of Taraba State did not make any powerful move on trying to resolve this matter until he mobilized you to protest against it in Abuja here. It's on record, you can Google it. It was after the protest that the governor has been coming on air to manage the crisis. Why didn't he issue that? There was a meeting yesterday in Taraba. Why those meetings were not taking place previously? Why did they allow us to protest? Why did they allow us to voice out, to call on the federal government to intervene in the crisis before you will start speaking?
I will go to Mr. Johanna soon, but I want to ask you, so for you, intermarriage doesn't mean much?
It means so much, but let me tell you, in as much our society is in the way that the rights of women are limited. The wife of the governor of Taraba said they cannot push too much.
I'm just asking. The reason I'm asking them is, I'm sure it's not only Jukun men that are marrying thief women.
Yes.
I'm sure thief men too are also marrying Jukun women. So if this has happened, are you saying that all of this means absolutely nothing where this crisis starts?
It means so much, but there must be sincerity. As far as it's concerned, there's no sincerity.
That's what he says. There is no sincerity. That all of this is being done, you know, just to seem to please the cameras. How do you respond to that?
Well, that's his opinion anyway. But what I know for a fact is that the governor has been working assiduously towards resolving this issue. Even before the so-called protest that he made mention here. We've had instances where the governor called the governor of Benue State for a meeting in a Kashimbila. Thereafter, the deputy governors of both states were merged into a high-powered committee to liaise with the various stakeholders in these two states momentarily. And that has been going on. The same governor, he said, has not done much. Invited the Totif and the Aku, and they held a meeting at the Federal University of Ukari. At the instance of
the university which has now been shut down?
It's open. They've opened the university, and for your information, all the TIF students are back on campus.
That's not what we're reading now.
No. They are back on campus. All the TIF students are back on campus. And for your information, the crisis in the university that they're talking about didn't happen in the university. It happened along the corridor between Taraba and Benue. The killing, as they claimed, happened not on the campus. So we see no reason why they should be clamoring for shutdown of the university, why they should be clamoring for relocation of the university. We have crisis in ABU, in Zaria. ABU was never shut down. We are having full-blown war in Maiduguri. University of Maiduguri is still active. So it tells you that there is more to it. We made mention of them trying to take over the southern part of Taraba. You see, the Jukun people that we are peace-loving, we are well-cultured, and we respect our elders, we respect the norms of the society.
Are you feeling threatened by the population, by the growing population of the
We are not at all. We are not feeling threatened at all. We are untouchable, and we are undefeatable when it comes to war. That is the historical background of the Jukun. So fear is not part of us. But what we are saying is that the right thing should be done.
What is the right thing?
The right thing is for the thieves in Benue to stay off Taraba. They are the people causing this problem. They should allow the thief in Taraba to sit with their brothers, the Jukun, and resolve this issue amongst themselves. Where are Benue people coming into the issue? He is bringing the issue of Tiwa Danjuma into the issue. General Tiwa Danjuma has contributed more to the growth of the education sector in Benue, more than even the thieves in Benue. What he did in Benue, he has not done it in Taraba. So I think they should be thanking the general rather than raining insults on him the way they did the other day at the Unity Fountain.
But, you know, these two states were together before. They were all under Benue State, wherein they, I think a part of Taraba was also a part of old Gongola, Adamawa and Taraba.
Yes.
But I think also a part of it was also with Benue State. Is that not correct?
You see, when the Jukun came, I told you earlier on that we were there before the chiefs. And the Kororofa kingdom has a vast landmass. Now, from Abise, it starts from Abise, which is very close to Benue, extends down to Donga, then you have it down to Pindiga and to Kona. That's how vast it is.
But with the growing intermarriage, can one really tell who is a thief and who is a Jukun, just merely by looking at them?
You see, he made so on this. I want to go back to what he has said.
I've just asked you one question. Yeah. Before you go back to it, can you answer that one first? Can you tell a Jukun man or a thief woman by merely just looking at the person?
No.
So what exactly is the cause of this?
We have a similar identity. Let me tell you something. He made mention of the Tiwa Daniel contributing more to Tivland, contributing more of the economic development of Benue State. I'm telling you, that's a typical lie. First, wait, I'm coming.
No, I'm sorry.
He made accusation. He made accusation against. He made accusation. He made mention of Federal University Ukari. I want to put the point.
You can answer about Federal University.
Okay, now let me talk about Federal University Ukari. Now, as I'm talking to you now, the university has been reopened. The T people cannot go back to that university.
Why?
Because there's no the high level of insecurity there. The Jukun militia are there on the way, waiting for T people to come to be killed. That is one. Two, as I'm talking to you, there are dead bodies in NKST hospital in Zakibian. Dead bodies of two people in Zaki of the University of Ukari who were killed by Jukun militia. These dead bodies are in the mortuary. As I'm talking to you up to this movement,
do you have evidence that indeed? Just a moment.
I have the evidence. Provide for you now.
On my question. Do you have evidence that indeed there exists? Because we just saw a video now of people saying that there is no such thing as Jukun militia. Do you have evidence that indeed a militia exists?
Who are those killing? Who are those killing the two people there?
I'm asking you if you have evidence.
Yes, there are evidence.
Is it a militia? Yes. Is it a trained armed militia? I'm asking you a question. Do you have evidence to that?
Who are those killing?
You will not ask me the question because you are the one making the claim.
I'm telling you that there is a militia killing people. Asking me if there's evidence. So who are those killing?
So if people are killing, then there must be a militia.
Who can kill?
I'm asking you if it has to be a militia.
No, who can kill? Who are a right sensible person can kill? If not a militia. Okay. Now, let me tell you, the main mention of the Federal University of Ukari, the T people are the highest, the most populated students and staffs in that institution. As I'm talking to you now, the staffs and students of that institution were killed. And up to this time, the university have not acknowledged that the students or the staffs were killed. Up to this time. And these dead bodies are in the mortuary. Now, let me tell you, you are now reopening the university to resume the exam on 26. What is the security implication? What have you done about the security of those people?
So I will ask him, about that situation. But you just told me now that indeed you're not able to tell who is a Jukun man or a thief man merely by looking at the person. So why is it that it's such a dangerous thing for students to resume back at the university, especially since this crisis did not happen within the campus of the university?
They speak thief language, they speak Jukun. You don't expect the thief man to speak Jukun.
I'm saying by English language, if I speak, can you tell immediately that this person is thief? Can you tell immediately that this person is Jukun?
Look, when there is a planned killing, now the vehicle will stop. They will not ask you in English, which tribe are you? Would they ask you?
Do all Jukun people speak their language? I'm asking.
Okay, which tribe are you?
Well, that's a question for another day.
Can't you speak your tribe?
I can't. If you must know. I mean, it's not something I'm proud of, but I can't. I'm just saying, if students are going back to school...
let me tell you,
and
in as much, I want to use the opportunity now to call on the federal government, to call on the security agencies, to call on the NUC secretary, to call the VC of that institution to order. If any person or student
this is not a program for threats. We'll have to take a break at this moment, and we will come back and wrap up the discussion. Please stay with us. Yes, we still have with us in the studio Mr. Mike Muswan, who is President TIV Youth Council, and Eric Yohana, who was a Jukun youth leader. He talked about the university, and we have heard over and again that some students were killed outside the campus, and some members of staff as well, but that the university is yet to acknowledge that. What exactly is the problem with that?
Well, basically, as far as I am concerned, to the best of my knowledge, these are just rumors.
Is it not worth investigating? If the students have provided the names of their colleagues who were killed, and they've also provided pictures of those people who were allegedly killed as well. Isn't it worth investigating and reaching out before the university is open, especially in a situation that is this sensitive?
I just said that, as far as I'm concerned, it's rumor, because they've not provided, they've not substantiated their claims. We have a lot of security issues.
No, I just told you now that names have been given. I'm trying to see if, oh dear, my iPad has gone off. But I was able to get the names. They provided names of the students who were allegedly killed.
He's a student, the 400-level student of that university. We have Fateh Ayate. He's a 100-level student of that university.
Can you stop swinging your chairs, please? Thank you. Yes, go ahead and read the names.
Now we have Mike Staff. He's a staff of that university, and up to this time, that is still telling you that he's not aware. It's a claim. It's just funny to tell you the game plan that has been going on now. If you have can provide the evidence, the universities have the database of this student. The university has the database of this the staffs. So up to this time, they're saying it's a claim. It's very funny. That is to tell you what is going on in Taraba State. That is to tell you what is going on.
The Students' Association have been able to provide the names of the students who they alleged were killed outside the university campus. They also provide the names of the members of staff who were also allegedly killed outside the university campus. The alleged people were killed by Jukun militia. And yet, the university has gone ahead to open without acknowledging that indeed some students were killed. What exactly is going on?
The students were not killed on the ground of the university. They were killed along the corridor between Benue and Taraba State.
No, the question is, have they acknowledged the students were killed? It doesn't matter where they were killed. They have not said they were killed on campus.
This information that he's saying now probably has not gotten to the university. Probably. I don't work for the university, so I can't speak on behalf of the university. I don't work for the university.
But you just said that there were rumors. That's what you just said.
That's why I said it's rumors. They are used to rumors here and there. The latest one that came in day before yesterday, they said that the head of service is busy compiling names of thieves within the civil service in order to disengage them, which is a lie. See, they said they've not been paid salaries, and it's a lie.
Something you just said right now is very striking. You have said the governor is working on trying to bring peace and all of that, but he said that there is a lack of sincerity. If you indeed this has happened and there has been no worthwhile investigation to actually find out if this happened, and it has been dismissed as rumors, especially by Jukun leaders such as yourself, isn't it a little sensitive? Isn't it inflammatory, so to speak? Is the kind of thing that could actually inflame the crisis rather than quell it?
A lot of things have happened in Taraba pertaining security, and they've not been investigated. As I speak to you now, within the corridors between Benue and Taraba, precisely in these villages, Jukun people are being kidnapped day in, day out. I have a brother that has been kidnapped since a day after the presidential election till today. We've not seen him. There is Dr. Audu and his son. They've been kidnapped. All these things happen within the thief localities. And no investigation is carried on it.
Just a moment, what will be the end to this crisis? I only have 30 seconds.
Okay. The only solution to this problem is to make the leaders must be sincere. The leaders of the thief, the leaders of the Jukun must be sincere in solving this matter. And our basic problem is they should call the governor until we're done to order. And if Buhari fails to do this, he's speaking so bad about his government. He's speaking so much about his government. He must call these people to order.
I don't think anybody can.
Look at he denying the fact that people are in the mutual.
I'm sorry. I'm totally out of. I'm sorry. I'm totally out of time. I'm totally out of time, gentlemen. But I have to thank you both for coming on Sunrise Daily this morning. Mr. Mike Muswan is the president, Team Youth Council, and Eric Yohana is a Jukun youth leader. But that's why we have to leave the conversation this morning. You can always tell us what you think should be done to put an end to this crisis by using our social media handles at Sunrise Daily Now, or you write us a mail at sunrisedaily@channelstv.com. Thank you so much for watching this morning. I'm Maukwe Ogun-Yusuf.
I'm Chamberlain Osok.
I'm Kayode Okikiolu.
And I'm Ayo Makine. Have a wonderful day.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.